Yikes! Too much glue! Can you guess what happens when a little too much glue turns into a big sticky mess? Let's get gooey with this story when Matty goes from crafty to crazy glue covered. Let's dive in. Too much glue! Or our teacher says, too much glue never dries. She reminds us, glue raindrops, not puddles. And she warns me, Matty, too much glue. But my dad and I love glue. At home, we make glue glasses, glue mustaches, and even glue bouncy balls. Mom is happy to help, so during art class, I find the fullest bottles of glue. I tip them over and squeeze. Plop! Glue squishes from the orange tips and slops all over. Sequins and googly eyes float around in a gluey lake. Then it's time for the most important decoration. Geronimo! I belly flop onto the table and roll around, letting the glue and everything else cover me. Time to go on the drying rack, I announce. But when I try to pull myself off the table, I boing right back down. Too much glue, Matty! Too much glue! My teacher squawks. This is bad. There's only half an hour until the end of school, and all I can do is lift my head, wave my hands, and wiggle my feet. The rest of me is a plucky, stucky mess. Can somebody help me? I call, while my teacher breathes into a paper bag. Noah shouts, Let's lasso him! Izzy, Noah, and Owen get to work. Soon, I'm roped from all sides like a rodeo pony. But when they try to pull me out, snap! The lassos break, leaving colorful octopus tentacles everywhere. The glue is too strong, and now I'm a clingy, stringy, plucky, stucky mess. Don't worry, Matty, we know what to do! Shout Luke and Grace from across the room. Is that a tow truck? I ask as they wheel the contraption over and stick a plastic hook into my suit of glue. My friends pull one way and the glue pulls the other. Click, 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 until... Kaboom! The tow truck explodes, and plastic breaks rain all over. Now I'm a clicky, breaky, clingy, stringy, plucky, stucky mess. The school nurse bursts in and checks my temperature. 98.6. Sorry, no fever. I can't send you home early. She dabs and pats me like I'm spilled juice. But the more she blots, the more the glue spreads. Soon, I'm a melted mummy. Clicky, breaky, clingy, stringy, plucky, stucky mess. Then the principal comes in. He takes one look at me, sticks a note on my belly, and leaves. Seeing my teacher huffing and puffing like a train gives me a great idea. I whisper it to Haley and Owen. The final bell rings and everyone freezes, except Owen and Haley. It's the biggest one we could make! They shout, furiously flapping a huge paper fan at me. Then, just as I'm thinking I'll be a note on my tummy, melted mummy, clicky breaky, clingy stringy, plucky stucky glue boy for the rest of my life, my plan works. Something my teacher said could never happen happens. The glue dries, but I'm still stuck. And now I hear footsteps. The door starts to open. My father and some other carpool parents walk in. Dad comes closer and inspects me. Then he peels me off the table. Glue, yarn, bricks, and all. He spins me around and no one makes a sound. Then Dad smiles. Matty, you're a masterpiece. He holds me up for everyone to admire. My friends all cheer. Yeah! The car ride home is interesting. Mom is speechless when Dad brings me in the house, but he knows just what to do. Well, kiddo, Dad says, some beautiful things only happen once, and This is one of those things. He gently grips the dry glue in front of my neck and behind my collar and peels me open like a ripe banana. Now it's Dad's turn to glue, and he seals up the sides of the me-shaped work of art. I bet it would take all the glue in the art room to make a U-shaped work of art, Dad, I say. Dad laughs. Then he glues a big magnet to the back of my project and hangs it on the fridge. During dinner, we sneak peeks at my masterpiece. And after dinner, we take the principal's note very seriously. From the desk of Elmer G. Stuckey. Please encourage Matty to use tape instead of glue. Whoa! That was a lot of glue and a ton of fun. Don't forget, sometimes a little glue goes a long way, unless you want to stick around all day. See you next time, Glue Crew! Hey kids, grab your goggles and get ready for a squishy, silly, and sciencey story, and it's called So Much Slime! Let's go! My family loves to make slime. My dad says slime is stretchy. My mom says slime is scientific. But I say slime is super squishy. Woo! I shout. I can show my class how to make slime with your teacher's permission. Mom cautions. Remember, Matty, slime is simple. Just 3 ingredients: glue, baking soda, and saline. Dad adds, everything else is just pizzazz. That night, I stuffed my backpack with all the slime-making supplies I'll need. The next day, my art teacher agrees to a demonstration, so I set out everything I brought. Slime is simple, I explained to the class. Just 3 ingredients. First is glue. At home, we only use 1 bottle, but I want enough slime for everyone, so I'm using 6. Seems like a lot. My teacher warns. Don't worry, I reassure her. I know exactly what I'm doing. Bloop! Next is baking soda. I say, 1 teaspoon for each bottle of glue. Then what? My teacher asks. Slime is simple. I repeat. Just 3 ingredients: glue, baking soda, and... I scan my supplies trying to remember the third. Oh yeah! Pizzazz! I squeeze in food coloring while Julia stirs. Now comes the best part. We'll knead this with our hands, like dough. So I pour a waterfall of slime onto the table and shout, Cowabunga! My teacher shudders. Matty, is it supposed to spread like this? Oh no! I shout. I forgot to bring saline. That's what turns this stuff into slime. I can't make slime without saline. You forgot the saline? My teacher squawks. I don't have any saline. This is bad. My demo's doomed. Instead of squishy slime, I'm up to my wrists in an icky, sticky swamp. How will I ever clean this up? I groan. Something from the art closet might help. Grace suggests. Pom-poms look like little mops. Izzy hollers. Maybe these can sop it up? Izzy, Julia, and Noah lob fuzzy pom-poms onto the table. But they just land plip, plop, plip, and sink into the spreading sludge. Now I'm up to my elbows in the icky, sticky swamp. Sand might solidify, Luke shouts, dumping in a bag full. Noah, Caitlin, and Julia dump sand too, enough to turn a swamp into a desert, but the sand creates a wave. Swoosh! And soon, I'm surfing in the icky, sticky swamp. Look, Owen says. Felt letters are like tiny towels. Maybe these could soak up the swamp. A, B, and where's the C? There's no time for ABC order. Noah yells. He flings felt letters at me until I'm in the eye of an alphabet storm. The letters float for a few seconds, but soon start to slip beneath the surface. Gloop, gloop, gloop. So do I. Now I'm up to my shoulders in the icky, sticky swamp. Hey, everybody! Caitlin calls. Haley and I wonder if I could whip the swamp into slime. Many arms start mixing, but this only makes bubbles. They rise and grow until the biggest bubble explodes. Kaboom! My teacher looks ready to explode now too, because the icky sticky swamp is landing everywhere.
Just then the school nurse bursts in. Is everyone okay? What's going on?
It's supposed to be slime! I splutter. But I forgot the saline! I'm all out of saline, the nurse says. But prizes make everything better. Her prizes add plenty of pizzazz, but I'm still stuck in the icky sticky swamp. My demo is dud. A total disaster. Oh, why did I forget the saline? I wail. Ooh! Owen shouts, running out the door. I know where to find saline in school. Owen's back in a flash. Saline from the science lab! He shrieks, squirting a stream across the room. My classmates gasp as the swamp magically morphs into spectacular squishy slime. Everyone helps me. Slime is simple. The science teacher recites. Just 3 ingredients: glue, baking soda, and saline! We all shout. Just then, I see my parents and the principal at the door. Hi, Matty! Mom calls. You forgot the saline at home. I know, I say. But look, my friends saved the slime. Impressive slime, kiddo, Dad declares, lifting me into the air. It's filled with pizzazz, just like you. Everyone is amazed. We roll the slime around. The big blobs pick up the extra bits, so cleanup is fast and fun. Soon our classroom is spotless. As the final bell rings, my teacher hands out containers, and just as I planned, there's enough slime for everyone. My slime demo was a super success after all. When we get home, Dad hands me a package. What's this? I ask. Read the card. Mom says, Dear Matty, use this journal to track your imaginative experiments. I glued in one of my favorite slime recipes to get you started. Yours truly, Principal Stucky. Cool! I say. Now I'll never forget an ingredient. We follow Principal Stucky's recipe right away to make stretchy, scientific, super squishy, glow-in-the-dark slime! The end. What a slime-credible story. So remember, glue, baking soda, and don't forget the saline. I'll see you next time!